today, and I'm going to share with you 6 steps to sell with confidence. We're going to dig into that in great detail as we record our podcast episode at the same time. So as you're joining live, or if you're on the replay, just scroll through the countdown timer where we will get stuck into the goodness of today's episode.
Welcome to friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa, no, not yet, whoa, no, not yet, whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes, and I save the details that actually mean something. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa, no, not yet, whoa, no, not yet, whoa. But I'm not gonna wake up. Don't wake up, keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa, no, not yet, whoa, no, not yet, whoa. I'm not gonna wake up. You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind. And when I space out, I see the possibilities unfolding the way that I want. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You
Welcome to Strategy with Sally. Psychology of selling's what it's all about today, because selling is not about pushing your products and services. It's about understanding the psychology behind why people buy and leveraging that knowledge to build meaningful connections with your potential customers. So wherever you are joining us out there on the live stream, let us know in the chat whereabouts you're joining us from.
Push or pull, and I am going mad just like you knew I would. You're reading me like an open book. You know me better than I ever thought you could. You see my body rush for the escape, while my heart wants to stay.
We're getting closer, 5 minutes and 40 seconds away from Strategy with Sally, our weekly live.
Speed away from the holy mind, pride. That's where I never thought it would matter. If I'm gone by now, all my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving and driving along the road to never end. Lost my head, don't feel much back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving. In the heat from a hot California, I forgot how you look like in rain. That's why I never thought it would matter. If I'm gone by now, all my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend.
All right, we know what time it is when we hear this song, right? Yeah, it's the Sparkle song, guys. We are just over 3 minutes away from kickoff with our weekly strategy with Sally. Today we're talking about the psychology of selling, and I'm going to share with you 6 steps to sell with confidence, so hang on in. But before we kick off, get up, dance, let's get this day started with the Sparkle song.
Just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light. Just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine. Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Strategy with Sally. If we have not yet met, I'm Sally Sparks Cousins, the founder of the Sparkle Class Academy, the creator of the Freedom Funnel Formula. And today is our weekly Strategy with Sally session. So this is a weekly live that we do every single week. So if you don't want to forget or miss a weekly live, then make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's the best place to make sure that you get notifications when we go live. But today I wanted to do something a little different. As you all know, these recordings are for us to create and use within our podcast. And usually every week we have 3 podcast episodes that drop. So we have a long episode and we have 2 quick tip episodes that come out each and every week. Today I thought I'm going to try and batch record 6 quick tip episodes here today. All right, all about the psychology of selling. And I'm going to share with you 6 different strategies around what you should be looking at so that when you are selling, you're making sure that you're covering each of these different things. So Mar, I'm just going to say it again, Ma, if you're listening to this, which of course she will be because she's editing this episode, this is actually 6 quick tip episodes rolled into one. All right, so here we go. Let's find this one over here. There we go. So I recommend everyone does this, right? Batch record your podcast episodes. So much better than, or at least when you're live streaming, they become your podcast episodes, your blog posts and all the things. And just spread them all over the internet in all different places so that you stay front of mind and tip of tongue when it comes to your audience. Now, if you're out there on the live stream, please do let me know where you're joining us from. And if you have any questions throughout this live, then just drop it Q in the chat along with your question, and I'll get to it after we go through the content. All right? Yes? Come on, get those tippy tap fingers out. Let us know where you're joining us from. I see Brittany is joining us from Central Oregon. Hello, Brittany. We've also got Scarlo out there on the live stream. Hello, Scarlo. It looks like you're down the road as well from Brittany. That's really good to see. We've got Sarah from Texas joining us as well in the VIP room. Hello, Sarah. So good to see you joining us. All right, there's a lot more eyeballs out there, but you haven't got those tippy tap fingers out. Come on, it's not hard. Come back, let us know where you're joining us from. All right, let's get stuck into today's content for you. We're going to be covering 6, let's just try that again. Sorry, Ma. Selling is not about pushing your products and services. It's about understanding the psychology behind why people buy. What can you do to really leverage the knowledge of why people buy and use that to build meaningful connections with your potential customers? So in this dynamic world of sales, confidence, it plays a crucial part in establishing trust and also closing those sales so that you can help people, because when they say yes to the sale, they are actually saying yes to help. So over this coming 6-part quick tip series, we're going to explore the psychology of selling, and I'm going to give you 6 skills that will help you to sell with confidence and also be successful. Because when you sell with confidence and using sales psychology, it will help you to understand your consumers' psychological principles and also allow you to tailor your approach accordingly when you speak to these people. So the art of selling involves some pretty standard fundamentals around selling. So sales as a service, right? We sell to serve. We sell to help. We always say selling is helping. And then it will allow you to enroll those potential people into your business, into your products and services, and also it will allow you to design your offer, also your live conversion events to be the right fit for you and also for those potential buyers out there in the big wide world. Using sales as helping. It will allow you to sell easier and also without feeling salesy, sleazy, pushy or gross. So today is episode number 1 in our quick tip series around sales psychology and how you can use that to sell with confidence. So the first thing I want to share with you is number 1, mastering the art of active listening. Right, so active listening truly is the foundational skill when it comes to sales psychology. You see, when you focus on understanding the customer's needs, you listen more than you speak. There's a reason why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? You ask open-ended questions. You can truly identify the pain points, the struggles, what's holding those potential buyers back from buying from you, and then how you can personalize your solution inside the sales conversation, which will enhance the customer's trust and confidence in you. So here are some key points for you to master around the art of active listening. So, number one around the art of active listening is we are going to make sure that we focus on the customer's needs. So when you are speaking to them, make sure you shift your thought patterns around what am I going to say next to actually listening to what the customer needs. Then you can actually prioritize your understanding around their particular needs and challenges, which will allow you to tailor what it is you are saying inside of that sales conversation to help them with their challenges. The second one is to ask open-ended questions. So when we ask open-ended questions, what that means is just not eliciting a yes, no response from them. Okay, open-ended questions allows them to shift their thoughts and their feelings rather than just the simple yes, no answers to you. And I love a good open-ended question, which is allowing them to delve deeper into what it is that their biggest struggle is. You see, the first time you ask a question, they'll usually give you that surface level kind of thing, right? And then we've got to go, tell me more. And just dig deeper into that. I call it message mining. The third one is to avoid interrupting. Now, I will actually, at the beginning of a call, I will let them know that there may be occasions that I interrupt them because I've gathered all the information that I need to move on, so that they already know that there might be that opportunity or that time in which I will, interrupt them to keep moving forward, because in a sales conversation, we don't always have a lot of time, right? But also, I do encourage you to try not to interrupt them unless they're going off on some crazy tangent, okay? Because when you interrupt them, it makes them feel unheard and less likely for them to open up. Number 4 is, while you're using active listening, you also want to paraphrase back to them and summarize what you've heard, so that your customer does feel seen, heard, loved, and appreciated by paraphrasing or summarizing the key points that they have said to you. And it shows that you have actually been understanding, and it ensures that you have a mutual understanding with that prospect. Also, I like to have my calls inside of Zoom for this particular reason, is because I can look for non-verbal cues. So pay attention to those non-verbal cues like body language, facial expressions, because they can really reveal to you additional insights that your customer is feeling, their emotions, their feelings, okay? And then we also want to practice empathy. Empathy is huge. Put yourself in your customer's shoes. Try to understand it from their perspective. And also make sure that number 7, you stay present while talking to them. Show genuine interest. This is, while you're practicing active listening, you're actually paying attention to what they're saying during the conversation. Try to avoid letting your mind wander or planning what are you going to say next while in the conversation. Also, when you're using active listening, here are some prompts. So number 8, here are some prompts that you can use to encourage the customer to share more. The 3 magical words: tell me more. Now, there are many ways you can say tell me more and phrase it different ways, but at the end, we want to mine into that with using tell me more, or, oh, that's interesting. I'd love to know more about that. Or what else is important to you? Can you share more around that subject? And number 9, ask follow-up questions. So that's, again, digging into tell me more. Dig deep into the customer's responses, because you really want to gain a comprehensive understanding, especially in the first part of the sales conversation, because we're listening for things that will allow us to tailor the solution by paraphrasing, summarizing, and then presenting them with the solution. And number 10, suspend your judgment. Okay, remember, everybody views the world differently, and the way in which they speak may not be exactly the way you see the world. So make sure that your assumptions or your judgments are suspended about the customer's situation. Try to stay neutral and open-minded. Somebody might say to you that, they may say that they don't have any money, or, they're struggling, but you will be surprised when I've been on a sales call, somebody tells me the money objection, and if I straight away said, oh, well, then you can't afford me, I would not have given them the opportunity to tell me more, to see whether or not that solution that I have is actually something that they're going to go above and beyond to be able to get to the outcome that they're looking for. So important. Number 11 is take notes. I am always frantically typing or writing. You can also record the session during the conversation. I always ask permission to record during a sales call so that you can refer back to the notes later. You can improve your sales strategy, but also so you don't miss any critical information. So that is active listening. You see, when you practice active listening in your sales conversations, you master the art of active listening, you can build a stronger connection with your potential customers, understand their needs, and be more effective at providing a tailored solution to enhance the trust and the confidence in you and your service. So that is episode number 1 of 6 in our sales psychology series in Quick Tips. I'll see you in the next episode. Tune in to that one. I'll see you in the next episode where we'll be talking about reciprocity. All right, guys, that was quick tip number 1. Hello, Chris Masters Mar out there. Nice to see you joining us. We're just currently recording a podcast episode right now. So nice to see you. Anybody else out there on the live stream, please let me know where you're joining us from. All right, let's move into quick tip episode number 2. We've been currently covering in our quick tip episodes the psychology around selling, and this is episode number 2. On episode number 1, we spoke about the mastering the art of active listening, and if you want to know more about it, then go back to the previous quick tip episode. But today, in the second episode, or the second live, oh my God, Ma, you totally have to edit this bit out. Last quick tip episode, we discussed the mastering the art of active listening when it comes to selling psychology and how to sell with confidence. We are currently doing a 6-part quick tip series around how you can use sales psychology to gain confidence around selling and helping people, because sales is serving, selling is helping. So last episode, we talked about mastering the art of active listening, and in this episode, number 2 of our 6-part series, we're going to talk about reciprocity to build strong relationships. You see, when you apply reciprocity, when you're offering value up front to your potential customers, right? You're giving free resources, helpful advice. You're also giving insights and showcasing your ability and your willingness to help. So when you give all of this without respecting anything in return, customers are more likely to reciprocate, right? They're more likely to consider your product and service when they're ready to make a purchase. We have a rule when we go live and we teach, it doesn't matter if somebody wants to buy, right? What matters is they go out there and take action, because at the end of the day, I really want to see that they're getting value, right? Reciprocity is so important to provide value up front. So number one in reciprocity is value up front. Provide those potential customers with resources, insight, without asking for anything in return. Also, number two is to identify the customer's needs. When you tailor your offer by addressing your specific customer's needs, wants, pain points, you're going to be able to help, right? That's what we're here to do, help. As if you're following us inside the Sparkle world, it's probably because you have an innate thing deep inside you that you do want to help people. Also, number three, personalization. When you customize your offerings based on those individual customer needs, wants, and desires, they're going to feel like you've built the program for them. It'll also show that you understand them. This is why we always ask people, whether they're in the VIP room, whether they're on a live stream, whether they're tuning in on replay, ask for feedback, right? And number four, give those free resources away. Share those free resources, ebooks, white papers, webinars, how-to guides. Provide practical solutions to really find the things that you have in common. And number five, provide helpful advice. Personalizing your advice also based on customer recommendations. When you're looking at what people are struggling with, make resources around it, do a live around it, create a podcast around it. Also, a great way to use reciprocity is number six, exclusive insights, right? Share industry insights, trends, data that are maybe not readily available everywhere. You see, when we're deep in it, when we are like walking the walk, right? Helping the clients, working side by side, a lot of the time we can forget what it was like before we had the problem. So one, if you go back to the previous episode where we spoke about active listening, using that skill along with seeing what other exclusive insights you can provide. And also, no strings attached. Number 7, don't put strings to attach it to every single thing that you put out there. Make it clear that a lot of the value that you give comes with no obligation or expectation of purchase, because it will help you to, number 8, build trust, right? Demonstrate your willingness to help using your area of expertise. And when you do that, they will say, wow, if I can get that for free, imagine what I'll get if I pay. And number 9, consistency. As you see, we go live every single week. When you're consistent at providing value, staying engaged with your customers over time, it's going to allow you to stay front of mind, tip of tongue. And number 10, stay genuine. Avoid just solely focusing on the tactic of selling. Be genuine. Help because you want to help. And number 11, avoid all of the pushy, salesy tactics. Refrain from immediately asking for the sale. Let the customer go on a bit of a journey with you. And then, of course, number 12, follow up. Right? Follow up. As reciprocity goes, it is your responsibility to follow up. It isn't theirs. They're busy living their life. As a business owner, you want to be following up. It shows that you care. It shows you want to continue to give really great value so that finally you will continue to nurture those beautiful humans. That nurturing relationship that you have with people over time is what's going to help you change or build that know, like, and trust factor. So by applying the principles of reciprocity, you're going to be able to offer really good value upfront. Remove your emotional connection to the outcome of getting the sale, right? Focus on giving. Good karma, pay it forward. You will actually feel more genuine. It will raise your confidence. So when it does come time to ask, it doesn't feel salesy, sleazy, or gross. So that is quick tip number 2 for our series around sales psychology. And I'll see you on the next quick tip where we're going to talk about social proof and credibility. There we go. Thanks, Ma. Just talking to my podcast manager right now. All right, here we go. If you struggle with selling and you want to dig a little deeper, we're doing a 6-part quick tip series around the sales psychology so you can get more confident at selling. In quick tip 1, we spoke about the art of active listening, and quick tip 2 was reciprocity to build relationships. And today's episode, we're going to talk about leveraging social proof to build your credibility. You see, when you use social proof, it will help to build your confidence. I mean, I love reading testimonials and reviews. It makes me really happy, right? To see that what we do is helping people. Also, those testimonials, client reviews, even run some case studies around customers that have been successful so that you can showcase their satisfaction, their results, highlight real world examples, stories of successes. It will truly build your credibility and demonstrate that you are somebody who actually delivers on what they promise. So some key points around how you can leverage social proof to build that credibility is, number 1, collect all your positive reviews and testimonials. Request feedback from everyone who goes through your program. If you are like me, you will automate that as well inside of your CRM to look for those satisfied customers. And we store them all inside of Google Drive in a testimonial folder. Number 2, use real life experiences. So interview people so that they can share their experience of what they've been through while working with you and what they benefited from when they went through your signature method, through your program. Number 3 is a case study. Create a case study, sit with a client, or what we've done in the past is say, who wants to be on the fast track, and document their growth, their transformation over time. And that will allow you to demonstrate the steps in which somebody went through and the outcome on how your coaching program has been able to solve a specific problem. Also, make sure, number 4, that you display that social proof everywhere. Feature your social proof on websites, landing pages, marketing materials, social media. If you go scroll back through our Instagram, what do they call it? Whatever it is, where you put all your posts up, right? You will find videos, screenshots of testimonials. And number 5, video testimonials, right? Not just screenshots, but the actual video testimonials are fabulous. You can create audiograms with that. You can even capture their face. We put them in little phones and computers using Canva. And any third-party reviews as well that you might have from platforms. So for example, we work with a few software companies and we have social proof there because I've taught inside of Kajabi. I've done trainings for Keep. I'm also a Canva certified creative and we've done training around that. So if you've got any third party reviews where you are actually out there using maybe even actually the next one is to showcase influencer endorsements. So if you've gone through a program, if you have gone through, say, a coaching program to become accredited, see if they will give you an endorsement. Or if you've worked with any influencers relevant to what it is that you do, see if they will actually give you an endorsement as well. And then you can use all of these things inside of your sales presentations. So when you're doing your pitch or your invitation, make sure you do showcase all of those amazing reviews. And do avoid misrepresentation, okay? Ensure that your social proof is accurate, okay, and represents experiences and outcomes. So finally, by leveraging social proof, you're going to be able to really instill confidence in your potential customers while building your credibility, and it will also give you so much confidence. I love reading reviews. Like if I'm in a doubt and frustration phase of the emotional cycle of sales, it's one of the first things I do. I will go and look at our reviews and testimonials so that it makes me feel awesome, right? When you can see people who love you and leave amazing testimonials for you. And again, in the eye of that prospect, that potential customer, it will build that social proof because they'll probably go and do some social stalking before they buy from you as well. So that is quick tip number 3 in this series of sales as psychology. I'll see you in the next episode where we're going to talk about how you can use scarcity and create urgency to really emphasize a little bit of stuff that goes on inside that head of our prospects around whether or not they should buy now or wait till later. Welcome to episode number 4 of our quick tip series of 6 things where we have been discussing sales psychology and how it can help you sell with confidence. In quick tip 1, we talked about the art of active listening. In quick tip 2, we spoke about reciprocity and how that can build relationships. And in the last quick tip episode, we talked about social proof and how that will build your credibility. Now, in this number 4 in this series, we're going to speak about how you can emphasize scarcity and to create urgency, but in an authentic way so that you're not sleazy, salesy, or gross. But when you tap into the principles of scarcity and urgency with your potential customers, you highlight the things like limited time offers, okay, exclusive deals. Maybe there's limited places, or like we love to do founders member rates when we start a new program. Now, this will also give the customer the perception of a limited time opportunity, and they're more likely to get motivated and act swiftly around buying from you, right? Increasing the chances of actually getting a sale. So here's some key points on how you can emphasize scarcity to create urgency in your sales. So 1, limited time offers. So one-time offers, time sensitive offers. There's a countdown timer, everybody who gets in, and then there's a shut off, or maybe there's a discount and then the price goes up. Whatever deal it is has an expiry time, Okay, number 2, exclusive deals. Provide exclusive deals or discounts to a select group of customers. So that will create a sense of, one, exclusivity, but also enhances that urgency to buy. Like recently, we opened the doors for people to come and join in a mapping session to map out their signature method. There were only 5 places available. Right? So it was quite exclusive and also time sensitive because it's running this week. And number 3, put countdown timers in your sales presentations, on your landing pages, websites, marketing materials, emails. This will show how there is that remaining time. You can get active timers to put inside emails even, that when they open and they can literally see the countdown timer counting down. And number 4, limited spaces. So another way to show limited spaces is, say in your emails or on your landing pages, show how many are left, right? If you've only got 2 places left inside your program, send an email out. Let people know only 2 places left. Maybe you can have a flash sale. Number 5 is a flash sale. Think about what niche you're in and can you align a flash sale with something that's happening in the community? Right? So maybe it's Easter or New Year, right? Especially in the health and wellness space, New Year's great. You've got end of financial year, you've got Black Friday. There are many different times throughout the year that you could use a flash sale as well. Or number 6, early bird discounts. We do that especially for customers who are joining a brand new program, or if we're running a live paid event. When we first open up the ticket sales, it will be for, 7 days only, right? And then it'll go up over time as you get closer and closer to the event. Also, limited quantities, right? Again, limited quantities. If, for example, we've run a program in the past where we're giving away hats and notebooks, but only to the first 5 or 10 people who join. So if you've got a physical product that you include along with your coaching program, maybe there's a limited amount of those programs available. Also, with your social media announcements, make sure that any of these limited time offers are actually reaching a broader audience, okay? Not just on your email list, but get out there across social media as well. Now, I do highly, highly recommend that you measure every time you run any of these things, right? So we can see which of these different scarcity to create urgency tactics are actually giving you a greater result. But honestly, when you emphasize scarcity to create a sense of urgency, it will help to motivate customers to take action more immediately rather than thinking about it because they have FOMO, right? That fear of missing out. And it can be a really powerful psychological trigger to prompt people to take action sooner rather than waiting for later. However, it is really essential that these scarcity tactics, they are genuine. Okay, if there's only 5 places, there really is only 5 places because you also need to maintain credibility with your audience. So when you implement scarcity, it will increase conversions, drive sales, but please do it authentically. Now, in our next quick tip, we will be talking about authority and expertise, and we'll see you in that one. Over the past 4 episodes, we've been talking about the psychology of selling and how to sell with more confidence. In quick tip 1, we spoke about the art of active listening. Then in number 2, reciprocity and how you can use that to build relationships. In the 3rd quick tip episode, we spoke about leveraging social proof to help you to build credibility and also how to emphasize scarcity to create urgency. And in this fifth episode in our 6-part series, we're going to speak about how you can demonstrate authority with your expertise. You see, you as a coach, yourself or your brand, you are actually an authority in your industry. You want to share your knowledge through leadership content, industry insights, educational resources. Demonstrate your expertise builds trust and positions you as a reliable source, making your customers feel more inclined to follow you, right? To take your advice, to make the purchase, to take the action. So here's some key points around how you can demonstrate your authority and your expertise within the sales strategies. So 1, thought leadership content. Create and share thought-provoking content, such as articles, blogs, videos. Showcase your expertise within the industry. Make people think. Number 2, industry insights. Offer valuable insights and analyze industry trends, maybe some challenges that you see regularly coming up, and other opportunities that you can show people through your content. Number 3 is educational resources. Develop your educational resources using things like guides, tutorials, webinars, workshops, so that you can share your knowledge with potential customers, just like we do right here on the podcast, on the live stream, wherever you're listening or watching this. It's an educational piece. It's resource for you. Number 4 is to share those success stories. So going back to what we spoke about in quick tip number 3, where you leverage that social proof, sharing those success stories will highlight how your product or service has actually helped people to achieve their goals. Also, number 5, speak at industry events. If there's an opportunity for you to participate as a speaker or a panelist at any of your industry conferences, webinars, or events, it will again help you to showcase your expertise. Now, number 6, contribute to publications. So if you're somebody who loves to write articles, right? For reputable industries, right? Any publications, get out there, Google, find some publications that you can reach out to write for, right? Number 7 is be active on social media. We have to, as coaches, we really have to stay active on social media. It allows our content to stay relevant, us to stay relevant, and also it will allow us to build that reputation around our particular area of expertise. Another thing you can do is number 8, run free workshops and webinars. This is something we highly promote with you. This is actually what we mostly help our clients do. Running live training, whether it's a boot camp, a challenge, a webinar. It allows you to share your expertise with potential customers. But you know what I love the most about the way we teach is when you do it live, you can also get instant feedback as well, which moves me into number 9, having engaging Q&A sessions. Participate in Q&A sessions both online and offline to address people's questions and concerns. Also, number 10, highlight any certifications or awards that you have to really build that credibility. Display those awards on your websites, on your sales merchandise, your emails even. And make sure that you provide valuable advice, right? It's so important that you stay up to date with your industry trends so that you can build your knowledge. What is that word, knowledge? Build your knowledge base, right? Create a comprehensive knowledge base, and then spread it across all the places, right? All this, I always say to Joyce, our social media coordinator, I'm like, can you go do that on all the places? And she knows what I mean when I say all the places, all the social media places. right? Then, of course, data, statistics are super helpful depending on what niche you're in. It will give insights, recommendations, and, really strengthen your credibility if you can provide actual facts and data. And another great way to really build your authority and expertise is to collaborate with influencers that you respect and also influencers that are respected within your industry. That will really enhance your authority. So, for example, we work alongside Amy Porterfield during her Digital Course Academy launch. We also teach inside of Shalene Johnson's Marketing Impact Academy, and usually about once a year I might run a training inside of her community. Again, for free, reciprocity, helping, paying it forward inside of their program. So, by demonstrating authority and showcasing your expertise, you can position yourself or your brand as a trusted source with valuable information and solutions. You see, customers are more likely to know, like, and trust you and your advice as an expert, which will increase that credibility and ultimately, of course, more conversions. But remember to be genuine, okay, transparent, and also to consistently provide value that will build a lasting result, lasting trust with your people. So you stay front of mind and tip of tongue. Now sorry, Ma, you can cut this bit. So in the final series of our 6-part quick tip series around sales psychology, we're going to be talking about your confidence around your product or service. So I'll see you in the next episode. Wow, you've made it to quick tip number 6 inside of our 6-part quick tip series around sales psychology and how you can use it to be more confident around selling, to give you confidence and also give your customers or prospects growing confidence in what it is that you do. Now, if you haven't gone back and listened to it, I recommend you head back to the first episode, which was around mastering the art of active listening. Then we spoke about reciprocity in quick tip number 2. In the third quick tip in this series, we spoke about leveraging social proof and to build credibility. The fourth one was around scarcity to create urgency. And in our last episode, number 5, we spoke about your authority and how you can demonstrate your expertise. And in our final episode in this 6-part series, we're going to be talking about how you can be confident in your product and service. You need to be confident. Love what you do. Have you heard the phrase, confidence is contagious? When you believe in the value of your product, and it will show up in everything that you do. When you interact with your potential customers, when you go live, even when you write your emails and your blog post, when you demonstrate enthusiasm around what you do, your passion around what you do, you are really going to be able to show people how genuine you are, and you'll be able to convince them on what the outcome and the benefits are of working with you, and your customers are going to feel the same way about you, more confident around, potentially working with you. So here's a couple of key points around how you can be confident in your product and service during your sales interactions. So number 1, know your product inside and out. I know that the method you take people through is not set in stone. It will grow and evolve with you, but focus on becoming an expert in your service. Understand all of its features, all of its benefits, and how you can use that to address your customers' needs. Now, a huge thing that we do is we teach people how to make a graphic around how to demonstrate all the benefits and features inside of their program so that you don't find yourself waffling on, right? If you do struggle to actually sell your product because you keep talking on and on and on and on and you're just not sure where to stop, I would recommend that you go and check out our infographic training. And if you would like to check that out and not sure where, just send us a DM or comment wherever you're watching this with infographic, and we will drop the link for you to show you how you can use an infographic to really showcase what it is you do really clearly. Now, the second thing around having confidence around your product and service is you need to believe in the value that it provides. You have to have an unwavering belief in the value, right? The value that you give can go up exponentially over time as well. The more you learn from research, the more you learn from working with people and understanding how it has a positive impact in people's lives. Number 3 is make sure that you are also prepared to address any doubts. When you can address doubts or objections that the customer may have about your product, you will become more confident in providing a tailored solution during sales conversations and be able to also provide evidence to really help people overcome those main objections. Now, we do have a training around the main sort of 5 objections that people go through. Go back, scroll through the episodes or check us out on YouTube. We did cover those in great detail in a previous episode. Number 4 is be enthusiastic. When you speak to people, let your enthusiasm, your passion about your service really shine through during your interactions. Show genuine excitement about its capabilities, and you need to believe it. And number 5, use personal experiences. So a lot of us, if we're a coach, it's because we've figured something out, right? We've probably been through it in the past. We've worked out how to get to the other side, solve that problem. Share your story. Have you heard the term stories sell? It allows people to connect with you. Or if you've been trained in this area and you don't have personal experience, showcase customers' personal stories. You know, you can ask them permission to use their name, and if they don't want to, share, say, a customer without actually disclosing who they are as well, and how your service, your transformation really has made a massive difference in people's lives. Be prepared as well. Number 6 is being prepared. Anticipate what potential questions and concerns that a potential customer may have. Be prepared with confidence. Have compelling answers. And the only way to get really good at this is to do it. Have those sales conversations, because what you'll find over time is the same objections keep coming up. And if you get an objection or a concern or a question that you're unable to answer, figure it out after the call. Add it to your repertoire of answers. So next time you hear it, you have that resource or information to be able to help to support what it is that you do and help people overcome objections. Now, number 7 is highlighting your unique selling points. Now, again, we do this using a graphic and we teach our clients to do the same. But make sure you do highlight all the key selling points. What is unique about you? You see, there's probably a lot of people out there that do something similar to what it is that you do, but nobody will do it exactly like you. So there may be, say you've got 6 things that you uniquely help people with. There may be somebody out there that does 4 or 5, but there'll be nobody that does all 6. Okay, so And then look through your competitors and see what are some of those things that really make you stand out. And if you're not sure, ask. Ask people that have worked with you so that you can choose those things to showcase that will help you to really stand out in your market. Number 8, positive language, right? Utilize positive language, persuasive language when you're talking about your service. That way, when you focus on its features, its strengths, its benefits in a positive way, that will really, really help you. Now, number 9, we spoke about this in Quick Tip episode 1, which was active listening. Listen actively, pay attention to your customers' feedback. Use active listening to their needs, their preferences, so you can tailor your pitch, your sales conversation, your invitation to address their specific interests, needs, wants, and desires. Now, number 10, practice makes perfect. You should be doing as many sales conversations as you can, or you should be pitching in a live demonstration as often as you can. The more regularly you do this, it will build your confidence, and also it will refine the way you deliver your service. All right, handle objections with grace is number 11. Not every customer will actually be interested in the service that you offer, and that's okay. At any given time, there are only actually 2% of the people on your list that are actually ready to buy. So when you hear objections and rejections, it's okay. All right, it's okay. Not everybody wants your product or service. And you see, when you remove the emotional connection to the outcome, it will actually help you to remain confident for the next opportunity as well. All right, and then finally, be authentic. Be authentically you in all of your interactions. As a customer, they want to see a sense of sincerity. They want to know that you genuinely want to help them. You have a strong belief in what it is that you do and the way in which you speak, the way in which you interact, right? It will allow your service or your products to really shine through. So be confident in your products and services and project an aura of assurance, positivity, really believe in the value that you provide. Your belief, your enthusiasm, it will be infectious. It will inspire confidence in your potential customers as well. And confidence and passion in the way you approach will significantly increase the way in which you get more leads and then, of course, those sales conversions. So if you've enjoyed these 6 quick tip episodes around your sales approach and for sales psychology so that you can truly harness the power of sales psychology to build trust, influence in purchasing decisions, and really so you can be more confident in selling with confidence. Remember, be ethical. Selling is based on an understanding of customers' needs, wants, and desires. And when you offer genuine solutions, you foster really long-term relationships. I always like to say the work we do today, it will affect our bank account in 3 to 6 months' time. With the right blend of psychology, authenticity, you will become more effective in your sales conversations, more confident and professional, and confidence is contagious. All right, there we go, guys. That is a quick tip episode recording batch of 6 episodes smashed into one. So we have a few people out there in the VIP room, and we have a few people out there on the live stream. So absolute Q&A is power, exactly. And Q&A is power of segmentation. I didn't really speak a lot about segmentation either, but when you do Q&As, you'll actually be able to segment a lot of what you do into different resources, training, and also segment people into where are their biggest needs, wants, and desires? I actually ran a poll in one of the group chats that we have inside our Facebook group, and it was trying to work out whether people wanted to build a course, whether they wanted to write a signature method, or whether they wanted, it was another word, I can't remember exactly, but it was around, it's really something very similar, but how do they say the words? Are you building a course, a signature method, a coaching program? How do you explain it? And then I could segment people off into the areas that they wanted more help with by testing the verbiage as well. Also, we've got here, industry trends are key for creating comprehensive knowledge base. It is. I'm always reading new things. I'm always falling asleep with a podcast or something. My husband always says, you're always plugged in. I do need to actually unplug. Sometimes I definitely need to unplug a little bit more than I do. All right, we have a Q question here. All right, so Scarlo is asking, being on a daily post, encouraging interaction on primary platform. Okay, is that a question? Being on a daily post, encouraging interaction on primary platforms. I'm not sure how that's framed as a question. It sounds more like a statement. Try being on a daily post, encouraging interaction on primary platform. If you can rephrase that for me, Scarlo, in the form of a question so I actually know what you want help with, that would be great. Let's head on over into the VIP room. Hello, VIPs. Turn your camera on. You're all slowly dropping out. That's okay. Let us know what some key takeaways. We've got Kathy. Hey, Kathy.
Good morning.
Hello.
I've actually got a couple of questions for you.
Excellent. I love a good question.
The first one is about tip number 4, scarcity to create urgency.
That just means we've got a new subscriber on the YouTube channel. Hello, new subscriber. I think that was Carmen. Thank you so much. Kathy, sorry, come back to you now.
Yeah. What is your opinion or your take on a fast action discount? Because that wasn't something that you mentioned on those lists.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, so I do, definitely. So because we love action takers, especially inside of our community, because it's one of the best ways to be successful. So there's a couple of places we use fast action bonuses. So during the live invitation, during a live stream, we will usually have something that people only get, for example, if they book the appointment during the live, right? So generally what we do is, let me just remember, it's Jackie. Actually, Jackie's the one that we give away. I buy a session with Jackie as a fast action bonus if people book an appointment and end up joining us. Another place we use them is on the sales call as well. So like through the website, or if people, think about it. If it's the first time I've been on a sales conversation with somebody, I will sometimes discount on this, not a huge discount, but a bit of a discount for an action taker who says yes on the call. So that's a couple of places that I use fast action bonuses.
Okay, great. Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The other question I have is, when you talked about demonstrate authority and showcase expertise, you mentioned thought leadership content, and you said you talked about sharing blogs and articles. Are those, and other things, are those blogs and articles that you yourself have written, or are they industry articles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, actually two. So one is industry things that I've come across. I will say on this XYZ, I have discovered this, or, it's reminded me of that, because what it shows is you're staying up to date with trends, right? You're not just sitting there and not continuously researching and improving your strategies. The second one is getting onto other people's blogs as well and writing for those. So we've got one client, for example, who works in the MS industry, and she helps people around food for multiple sclerosis. Now, originally she started with anything to help people with MS, but she eventually brought it right down to the food area. But she writes for some pretty big industry leaders and she puts her content on those, which then generate more leads for her as well. So yeah, sharing other people's content or getting onto other people's platforms is 2 ways to do that.
Okay, great. Thank you. No
You're
more
welcome.
questions.
No more questions. That's all right. I always know you're going to bring it. Joanne, what's a key takeaway for you?
I was overwhelmed with the fabulousness. It was I can't write as fast as you talk. I love when you use your whiteboard. I copied everything you said, and my key takeaway. I'm gonna have to study this actually. I think for me it's probably the scarcity and urgency piece. I mean, I pretty much believe in what it is I'm doing, and I'm usually very enthusiastic, and those pieces aren't hard for me. But the whole, take action now is sometimes difficult for me, as you know. But yeah, I think that's it. But I put a message in the chat that was just a whole ton of fabulousness. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Wow, that's doing weird things. It's not supposed to jump back when I talk, but that's okay. Let's come back here. Oh, not that one. This one. All right. So the rest of you have got your cameras off. Let us know if you want to share. And any of those who are out there on the live stream as well, who are VIPs, then if you could head to the dashboard. So over on the dashboard, you will see Strategy with Sally, and that will allow you to come on into the VIP room. I know we're all learning the new Sparkle Class Academy dashboard. So if you're out there on the live stream and you're like, where do I get in? This isn't the VOZ. It's because Strategy with Sally is done in a different room, okay? But we'll be here with you for the next couple of hours, as we always do during Strategy with Sally. So if you're somebody who doesn't like to come in during the live and you want to go dark with us and get all your questions answered, then you can start heading on in now. Now, we've also, Scarlo has redefined her question. She says it is recommended. Okay, so being on a daily post encouraging interaction on a primary platform, is it recommended? So yes, if you're in Facebook groups, you can definitely interact on other people's posts and comment and give, all right, value. Don't just ask. So provide really great value. It's the slow path, okay? I always say everything's a trade-off of time or money when it comes to promotion and sales and marketing. If you're somebody who isn't paying for marketing, then definitely get out there and interact on other people's posts. And a huge thing I would recommend, if you're looking at other people's Facebook groups, remember they're other people's Facebook groups, okay? Just like you wouldn't like people coming in and pitching and promoting inside of your Facebook groups, be respectful inside of other people's. So what we do is we provide value without, like, reciprocity, right? Without thinking we're going to get a sale, because they'll click the button and go and stalk you and look around and follow you and then potentially opt in to one of your marketing funnels, right? So I always like to check who manages the group. Do they have a business? And if they do, just be very respectful, just as you treat others as you would like to be treated. There are industry Facebook groups that you can also get into, where for us, like software, we go into those and we provide a lot of help inside of those communities as well. But then, for example, we do a lot of reciprocity and giving for Shalene Johnson's community. And every so often, she's like, yeah, you can advertise a free piece of content inside of her Facebook group. Why? Because I give so much inside of her program. And then occasionally when we have free training, I'm allowed to post and let people know to come and join it as well. Okay, Scarlett's got all the questions coming. She says, I have sent an email about being part of the VIP membership but didn't get a response. What should I do? Okay, we've just had a couple of things happening inside of our email in the last week or so where a couple of emails have fallen through the cracks. So I'm going to go and check that out for you, Scarlett, and find out what's going on. Even the queen of automation has issues sometimes. I can tell you, right? Like we all have problems that come up or, staffing issues or just different things that pop up with technology as well. And even the queen of automation, me, it doesn't always go right. Aren't we in the business of problem solving? So Scarlett, I will definitely check out what's happening there and why that hasn't been replied to. Yes, you are so very welcome, Scarlett. Sorry that was not replied to. We've actually been transitioning across to a new email address. So there's been a few of them that have kind of gone into the wrong inboxes. So we'll go check that one out for you. All right, now we're going to go dark. This is the end of the live portion of Strategy with Sally. I'm about to go dark and spend some time with our actual diamond level clients. Now we're going to look at numbers, strategies, look at how they're progressing with their sales and marketing strategies. Now, if anybody is interested in learning more about our new training that we have out there around how you can create one infographic to be able to sell your coaching business much easier and faster without getting lost in all the explanations, then just drop the word infographic and one of my team will reach out and send that free training resource to you. I'm trying to remember, I think it's actually sparkleclassacademy.com/infographic offer. Is that it? Oh my goodness, I should have been prepared. This is what happens when I'm busy writing and then I forget the call to action. See, again, right? I've forgotten and made a little mistake. Christy says, I think that is it. Yeah, sparkleclassacademy.com/infographic. I wonder if it's on this button. Let's have a look. No, that's not it. That's my notes. Showcasing my notes. There's another one. Hang on. There's another button. No, that one's not working either. Or maybe it's this one. Oh, there it is. Just infographic. Okay, just infographic. I think that's the right one. All right, guys, you have a fabulous day. Yep, just infographic. Thank you, Christy. Have a fabulous day. I'm going to go and hang out with the diamond clients right now. Have a great day. Never let anyone dull your sparkle. And as always, make sure you get at least one income-producing activity done each and every day. I'll see you next week on the next live. Bye, guys.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long.